With the Skywalker Saga hopefully releasing soon, I wanted to take a look back at the original LEGO Star Wars games, how they hold up, and if they are still worth playing, even with this shiny new game on the horizon. Playing the original LEGO Star Wars games, to put it in one word, would be fun. After all these years, the original is still a great game to play, but what makes it so great? Let's talk about it.
Hello there.
LEGO Star Wars was originally released in April 2005, tying in with the release of Revenge of the Sith, which released May 19th, 2005. Isn't it kind of weird that the LEGO game released that features levels and cutscenes based on Revenge of the Sith before Revenge of the Sith came out? 2005. What a different time.
I can't watch anymore.
Anyway, development started back in 2003. Traveler Tales started the work on the game with assistance from LEGO Interactive, who would also publish the game. Makes sense, LEGO publishing a LEGO game, but in 2004, LEGO Interactive closed down. A small team of former LEGO Interactive employees went on to start their own publishing company, Giant Interactive Entertainment, and would be able to publish all future LEGO titles. Giant Interactive took over the publishing duties for Traveler's Tales LEGO Star Wars the video game, which were formerly handled by LEGO Interactive and became the exclusive licensee for LEGO video games. After the huge success of the game, Traveler's Tales straight up bought Giant and renamed them to TT Games Publishing. The game was well reviewed and sold very well, one of the top selling games of 2005, and in September 2006, we got LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Many gameplay improvements were made over its predecessor, most notably camera angles and movement. Character customization was added into the game, and I can personally attest to that being an amazing feature back in the day, and even today. This is what Tom Stone, director of Traveler's Tales, said about the various improvements made in the sequel. We were surprised, and of course delighted that the original game was played and enjoyed by so many people. And with all the new improvements and features along with the original trilogy we're implementing into the LEGO Star Wars 2, we're confident that the new game has what it takes to entertain even more gamers than before. Upon release, LEGO Star Wars 2 was positively received by critics who praised the portrayal of the films, characters, and events. And that brings us to the version of these games that we will mainly be talking about today, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Traveler's Tales created the Complete Saga in response to the success of the original game and its sequel, with LucasArts publishing the game. They combined the two games while also updating graphics as well as adding new levels, characters, and new costume elements for customizable characters. Story. The Complete Saga spans the events that take place from the Trade Federation negotiations above Naboo in Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, to the Rebel attack on the second Death Star above Endor and Return of the Jedi. All 6 films that tell the Skywalker Saga. There were scrap levels from the original game that they re-added, and the Pod Racer level and Gunship Cavalry levels were redesigned, and you can still play the originals though, you can find them as bonus levels. Gameplay. LEGO Star Wars is a third-person action platformer. You'll slice and blast your way through all 6 films, collecting LEGO studs that serve as the game's currency. Also collecting many other objects like red bricks and the mini-kits. After completing a level is when you'll unlock free play. You probably noticed when playing the story that there were areas you couldn't explore without a specific character. That's where free play comes in. You can play as any character you have unlocked in the game and access new locations and collectibles, really adding a great deal of replay value to the game overall. You also have the hub world of the Cantina on Tatooine. This is where you'll purchase new characters, select what movie and level you'd like to play. A detail I love is depending on what movie you're playing, the room for that movie will be different, like Mustafar for Episode 3 or Hoth for Episode 5. So this was actually my first time playing the Complete Saga. I only own the original game on the Game Boy Advance, and I did have LEGO Star Wars 2 on the PS2, so in a way I really got the best of both worlds from playing this game. I was able to experience part of the game for the first time and experience the nostalgia of revisiting a beloved game from my childhood. So what did I think of LEGO Star Wars after all these years? First, let's start with the prequels. I thought this game was an absolute blast. I even played the bonus levels that were cut levels from the original game. Absolutely love flying around in a Naboo starfighter. God, I wish I could get a real set of that ship. Maybe one day the LEGO gods will smile kindly upon me and release a new one. They got enough X-Wings. There wasn't a single level in the prequel era that I didn't enjoy. They were all wonderful and fun, and what I love about this game is the love and respect that it has for Star Wars. Yeah, the gameplay is a bit basic, but it's still well designed. You know what action you're doing, and when platforming, you know what your character is capable of doing. It's a frustration-free game. After working all day, breathing in that nice wildfire-seasoned West Coast smoke air, it's nice to come home, chill, and play some LEGO Star Wars. The original trilogy is still just as fun as the prequels, but with more expansive levels, more vehicle gameplay, and I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but it's all just still fun, like it's a ton of fun. And the cutscenes in this game, they are absolutely classics for prequel and original. I can see why fans want the Skywalker Saga to include the original style of grunt cutscenes without voice acting. There really is a humor to them that is lost a bit when they bring in the voice acting in later games. One thing I noticed in the original trilogy that I didn't in the prequels was that when you don't have a lightsaber to block blaster shots, it's a bit more difficult. I found myself dying a lot more in the original trilogy than I did in the prequels. Also, your AI buddies don't really do anything. They won't attack any stormtroopers or droids, and if they do, they won't kill them, leaving you to do everything. And it can occasionally be a bit frustrating when you are trying to build something and you keep getting shot and your build resets and your companions were just standing there letting the stormtrooper shoot you. Now the vehicle levels, I actually enjoyed them, a good change of pace from the standard levels, and they can be pretty cinematic, like in the case of the opening level from Revenge of the Sith. The Death Star was another fun one. This game is not healthy for my wallet. Not that the game is expensive or anything, it's on sale pretty often for a good price. I mean seeing all these awesome LEGO Star Wars vehicles that I want to buy. Republic Gunship, Naboo Starfighter, the Death Star. Man, wish Legos were a bit cheaper, but hey, you gotta pay for that quality, right? Since 2019, I have been slowly amassing a LEGO Star Wars collection. I never had any Legos when I was a kid, so it's pretty disappointing when I see some of the awesome sets that I missed out on. Hopefully they get new versions. Graphics. The graphics still look pretty decent. It obviously doesn't look as good as the modern LEGO games, but for 2005 to 2007, the game looked great, and it still looks good, and it's more than playable. It's also cool seeing all these classic LEGO designs, and I'm glad they changed Anakin's hairpiece though. That original look was rough on my boy. Legacy. LEGO Star Wars has a strong legacy with two sequels, that being LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars and LEGO The Force Awakens, plus a huge fan base. I wonder how many people who love LEGO today started with playing these games. Not to mention this game still had a huge fan base, many considering it the greatest Star Wars game ever made, and it's easy to see why. This game is just filled with love for Star Wars and LEGO. Whether you love the prequels or just the originals, there's something here for every Star Wars fan to like.
If what you've told me is true, you will have gained my trust.
It also created a gaming juggernaut. TT Games has used the original Star Wars games as a template for future games. To date, they have made over 25 LEGO games in the style of LEGO Star Wars, working with massive franchises like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, DC, Marvel, and more. While they have changed a bit, adding voice acting and more open world design, I honestly believe that LEGO wouldn't be what it is today without Star Wars, and this game went a long way with helping make Star Wars and LEGO synonymous with each other. And it all started with two LEGO Jedi Knights above Naboo.
Huh?